वेलकम बैक सर, वेलकम टू एसजी क्लासेस। मित्रों मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, शुरू करेंगे नेक्स्ट टॉपिक एलएलपी। बोलो, लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी पार्टनरशिप 2008। The weightage of this chapter will be around 8 to 10 marks. What is the weightage, sir? Sir, what is the concept of LLP? Let us try to understand. For example, ये क्या है बेटा? हेलमेट, बालकैनो, क्या है बेटा? मिक्सर ग्राइंडर, विच ग्राइंडर? For example, beta, traditionally, how? Traditionally, the two concepts are there, beta. One is the concept of the company, other one is the concept of the partnership. The human mentality is like we want everything in one item. For example, there is a person like our famous Ganesh. He need a mango without seed inside. With custard apple taste. A taste? Kaisa? He need that kind of things. Who? Ganesh Babu. Which Babu? Babu, Ganesh Babu need custard apple, but he don't want the seeds. He don't want the seed. Without seed, we can't expect the custard apple. Yes sir, no sir. In the same way, few people will be there. Few people. They have the advantage of everything. In everywhere, advantage is there, limitation is there. In CA, advantage is there, limitation also there. In BCom, advantage is there, limitation is there. I want the advantage of the CA. I want to keep the efforts like the BCom. Is it possible? No. But people want. That's where the concept of LLP is introduced. For example, beta, in the company concept, which concept? In company, limitations are there, advantages are there. In partnership, advantages are there, limitations are there. For example, in case of the company, what are the advantages, beta? Limited liability, separate legal entity, perpetual succession. All these are the perpetual existence, or these are the advantages of the LLP, so company. And it has limitations also, rigid rules and regulations. We have to complete 470 sections of the company sector, and we have to follow the rules. We have to follow the circulars, notifications. I don't want to follow all these rules and regulations. I want that limited liability, separate legal entity concept. But I don't want to follow all these things. Then beta. In the same way, in partnership, which should be done. Advantages are the limitations are there. For example, advantage, flexibility in the partnership deed, less rules and regulations. Yes sir, no sir. And it has the limitations also, unlimited liability, for example. Then मित्रों मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, so our Ganesh want advantage of the company, advantage of the partnership. He don't want the limitations of the company, he don't want limitations of the partnership also. Then मम्मी बोला, कौन बोला? मम्मी, पार्लियामेंट ऑफ इंडिया बोला, ये एडवांटेज है ना बेटा, ये एडवांटेजेस, ये पूरा ये मिक्सी में डाला बेटा, ये एडवांटेज है ना, ये पूरा एक मिक्सी में डाला, and we are omitting the limitations of the company, limitations of the partnership also, and we are closing this mixie. Let us close the jar. Let us close the jar. Then we have to keep some water also, switch it on, then then open the cap, keep more some water, and mix it one more time with spoon or something, then keep the cap again, then and switch off. Mix it sound better. Then open the cap. Where is the cap, beta? Cap. Open the cap. अंदर से बाहर आया LLP, क्या है? लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी पार्टनरशिप. ये हाइब्रिड है. ये क्या होना है? पीछे से देखे तो पार्टनरशिप के जैसे दिखता, सामने से देखे तो कंपनी के जैसे दिखता, उसको बोलते हैं LLP. कौन है? We are avoiding the limitations of the company, avoiding the limitations of the partnership, and we're taking the few features from the company. We are taking few features from company, few features from the partnership. इसको बोलते हैं LLP. What the concept of LLP is introduced in olden days, before 2000, before the year 2000. The two types of the business used to be there in the market. Two types. One is the large organizations. One is the large organization who manufacture the goods, manufacturer, and the one is the retailer in the gully. Yes sir, no sir. There is no medium kind of the businesses once upon a time. So for this person, company is suitable, company concept is suitable. For this person, partnership or sole trader is suitable once upon a time. But nowadays, if you go to main road after my class, so many shops will be there. He is not so small to work with the concept of the sole trader or the partnership. He is not so large also to comply 470 sections of the Companies Act. His business is medium size business. Which business? So many people are trying to form the businesses. They are not so small. They are not so big also, beta. Yes sir, no sir. Clear na? So for that kind of the people, government felt we require the new vehicle. Beta, Companies Act is a vehicle, beta. ये क्या है बेटा? A vehicle. This vehicle is suitable for the large people, big people, and sole trader partnership is a vehicle to do the business, suitable for the small people, very small people. But medium range of businesses are rising nowadays. For them, this is not suitable. This they can't comply. We need a platform. We need a vehicle which contains advantage of company, advantage of partnership. So the concept of LLP is introduced by Government of India. समझ में आया बच्चों? Is a hybrid form of way of doing the business. Partnership traditional, company traditional, LLP is a hybrid form because the economy is changing, the way of doing the business is changing, and vehicle we have to change. Vehicle means the way of doing the things based on the contemporary changes of the Indian economy. Which changes, beta? Contemporary changes of the Indian economy. So to meet the needs of the nowadays business, recent business strategies, the concept of LLP is introduced. अभी तक समझ में आया? So let us try to understand the difference between the ये diagram draw करो जल्दी जल्दी. Have you drawn this diagram? जल्दी. Will be useful in the, you can imagine the exam, you can draw it also, because will it ask in the exam? Yes, the concept of LLP. What is the concept of LLP? So whatever this on the screen, no, वो लिखने बेटा काले. Sir ji, made this mixie or not? Ramu on paper? Yourself, Ravi, have you drawn that? Jaldi. Is it working ऐसे? Here, rigid rules and regulations. 470 sections are there. We have to comply with rules, notifications, circulars. And here unlimited liability is there in case of partnership firm. And here limited liability is there, separate legal entity, perpetual existence, flexibility in partnership deed, less rules and regulations. उसको combination को बोलते हैं LLP. Done? चलो. You can draw it later. See, I have made nearly 15 to 20 differences between the LLP, partnership and company. If you understand this concept, no, so you can able to understand what is the concept of LLP. Clear? Taking beta. The first concept, write along with me. Keep the heading. Difference between. Divided into 3 columns. How many columns, sir? 3 columns. Difference between LLP, company and partnership. Company, LLP, partnership. But its weightage will be around 8 marks beta. Very, very important. Easy topic, first of all. Done? शुरू करेंगे बेटा. See, first of all, see, few features we are taking from the company, few features we are taking from the partnership. So from which features we are taking from the partnership, which features we are taking from company, let us try to understand. First I will explain, then I will dictate. When I am explaining, look at the screen. I will explain first point, then I will dictate. Second point, then I will dictate. मित्रों मेरे प्यारे, see, first partnership. It is a partnership is a traditional new business. Let's choose this color. Yeah, it is a traditional way of doing the business because the concept was there from so many years. How many years? For hundreds of years, the concept of partnership was existing in the market. Company is a traditional way of doing the business. Even it is a traditional form of doing the business. But ye wala hybrid way. Which way? It is a new concept and hybrid way of doing the business. Why it is a hybrid? Why it is hybrid? So mango is there, sitafal is there. Mango is there, sitafal is there. We have one more fruit beta. Looks like a mango, but it is having a sitafal taste. Which taste? And without seeds. Without seeds also. Done na beta. वो hybrid है बेटा. क्या है? समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? So लिखो. First point. First partnership. Partnership में लिखो. It is a traditional way of doing the business. Then company. It is a traditional way of doing the business. If possible, take horizontal page. You can get better way, I think. So it is a traditional way of doing the business. It is a traditional way of doing the business. It is a hybrid way of doing the business. Done? Second point. Look at the screen better. Otherwise, let me come to the first page, then I will dictate. I think that will be better. So now, look at the screen. Partnership is governed by the Partnership Act. But I am covering majority points here. I made nearly 20 points here. 15 to 20 points differences I made. Comparing these three. If you can able to understand now, 50% of the LLP समझ में आता आपको. See, company. It is governed by the Companies Act 2013. Companies Act. LLP is governed by the LLP Act. Next, a partnership है ना बेटा. It contains only 74 sections. How many sections बेटा? Less rules and regulations. A company sector है ना बेटा. 470 sections are there. How many sections? ये देखो. It contains only 81 sections. Frankly speaking, this feature we have taken from the partnership. Less rules and regulations. Done na bachcho. Next, it is registered. It is governed by the Register of Firms. Administered by the Register of the Firms. And ये वाला company sector is governed by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Register of Companies. And Register of Companies are entrusted with the task of the administration of the company sector. So partnership is governed by the Register of the Firms. Company is governed by the Register of Companies. What about LLP? LLP also governed by the ROC and Ministry of Corporate Affairs only. This feature we have taken from the company concept. Few features we will take from the partnership, few features we will take from the कंपनी. उसको बोलते हैं मिक्सचर को बोलते हैं LLP. ये क्या है बेटा? मिक्सचर. ये क्या है? एक आने का मिक्सचर है क्या? नो, वे ऑफ डूइंग द बिजनेस. पार्टनरशिप कैन बी फॉर्म्ड फॉर द partnership cannot be formed as the charitable. We have discussed this in the features of the partnership. There must be some business, no partnership, no business. बचपन पे पढ़ा था CA फाउंडेशन में, if you have remember. Obviously you will forget. So cannot be formed for the charitable purpose. It can be formed for the charitable purpose. And NPO cannot be formed as the NPO. ये feature we have taken from the partnership. Next, persons in the partnership is called as the partners. Persons in the company are called as the shareholders. Members are the persons in the LLP called as the. This feature we have taken from the few from partnership, few from the company. And minimum number of partners, maximum number of partners, as per rule 10, 50. And in case of company, public limited company, minimum, maximum. Here, minimum number of partners and maximum. That means this feature we have taken from the partnership, even from the companies also. Then next, a partnership is not, but partnership is a natural person or artificial person. Who said? How you cleared CA foundation? Partnership is not a natural person. Partnership is not an artificial person. Partnership is not a person at all in the eyes of law. Because Partnership Act never recognizes partnership as a person. Partnership is not a natural person. Partnership is not an artificial person. Partnership is not a person at all in the eyes of law. It is mere collection of the partners. Mere collection of partners. It has no separate legal existence. It has no separate personality. It is not a separate person at all in the eyes of law. That's why if partner changes, firm is affected. Recreation of the firm, reconstitution of the firm. Then so it is not a body corporate. It is not a. What is body corporate? Artificial person. Hey, it is not a body corporate, and it has no separate legal entity. No separate legal entity from the partners. Company is a body corporate. Company is a. And incorporated under the company sector, it has the separate legal entity. Separate legal entity. In section 9 of the company set, we will see the features of the company. Separate legal entity, common cell, perpetual existence, capacity to sue and being sued. Whether all these are the features of the company? Separate legal entity, perpetual existence, common cell, capacity to sue, being sued. They are not the features of the company. They are the features of body corporate. They are the features of the. Once company is registered, company will become body corporate. Company will become. They are the features of the body corporate, like BCCI, ICAI, GHMC. All their body corporates. But BCCI, BCCI means Board of whatever cricket. So that management will come. Management may change also, but BCCI will remain same. TTD will remain same. GHMC will remain same. ICAI will remain same. Members may come, members may go, members may die. ICAI will have its own property. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों. So ICAI, GHMC, otherwise BCCI, all they are the body corporate. Even company is a body corporate. Separate legal entity, separate property, capacity to sue and being sued. They are the features of body corporate. Since company is a body corporate, company can enjoy all those features. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों. So ये एग्जाम में पूछो, बट एग्जाम में डेफिनेशन CA इंटर IPCC CA इंटर में LLP में definition of body corporate was asked in the exam. देखेंगे today or tomorrow. Definition exam में आया. So company is a body corporate and it has a separate legal entity. LLP is a body corporate formed under the LLP Act. It has legal entity separate from its partners. This feature we are taking from the company. And liability to the partners is unlimited. Liability to the members is limited. Liability of the partners is limited. These features we're taking from the company. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? See the arrows. Few things we're taking from the company. Few things we're taking from the company. Few things we're taking from the partnership. इसको बोलते हैं LLP. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? लिखो बच्चों. First point you have written right. Next, partnership is governed by Partnership Act. फटाफट लिखना. कैसे लिखना? फटाफट. Leave one line in between while writing the points. Point to point. Try to leave one line. It is governed by Partnership Act 1932. Company. It is governed by Companies Act 2013. So these points will be useful for MCQs. Yeah? It is governed by LLP Act 2008. First ये लिखना, next ये लिखना, next ये लिखना बेटा. Then you will understand from which feature, from which concept we are taking this feature. Next, partnership. It is governed by, it contains 74 sections. कितना बेटा? 74 sections. It contains 470 sections. It contains 81 sections. 74 sections, 470 sections, 81 sections. Done? Next, it is administered by Register of Forms. Register of Forms. It is administered by MCA and ROC. What is MCA? Minister in the Parliament of India relating to companies. Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Affairs means activities. Ministry of Corporate Affairs and ROC. बोलो बच्चों. LLP is governed by MCA and ROC. LLP is governed or administrated or managed by LLP Act is administered by MCA and ROC. Partnership form cannot be charitable organization, cannot be NPO or charitable organization. You can come and sit here. బాగా కనిపిస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. Not you. आपका पीछे. Yeah, it cannot be charitable organization or NPO. It can be NPO, a charitable organization, and it cannot be NPO. It must be only profit making beta LLP. तो 2 मार्क के लिए पूछता है ऐसा वाला ऑप्शंस. It cannot be NPO. Next, persons in the partnership are called as partners. Persons in the partnership are called as partners. Persons in the company are called as shareholders or members. Persons in the company are called as shareholders or the members. Next. Persons in the partner LLP are called as the partners. Next, partnership is not a body corporate. Partnership is not a body corporate. What is body corporate? Artificial person, judicial person. It is not a body corporate. and it has no separate legal entity from the partners. It has no separate legal entity from its partners. Firm and partnership एक ही होता है. Remember, company partners अलग, company and members अलग होता है. It is not a body corporate. It has no separate legal entity from its partners. Done. Next, a company में लिखो बेटा. Company is a body corporate. Company is a body corporate incorporated under Companies Act. Incorporated under Companies Act. And it has separate legal entity. It has separate legal entity from its members. From its बोलो बच्चों. Next, LLP is a body corporate. LLP is a body corporate. Writing as sir. It has separate legal entity from its partners. You can keep the arrows also like this, so you can understand from which concept we are taking these features, because it is a mixture of the both. It is a hybrid form of doing the both. Done. Last point beta. Partners liability is unlimited. Members liability is limited. Partners liability is limited. Partners liability is limited to the extent of agreed contribution. How many points came beta? 8. Hmm? 8 points came. Done na? बोलो बच्चों. Yeah, next. Look at the screen बेटा. मित्रों मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, स्क्रीन देखना. Creators of the firm shall be creators of the partners. If you are the creator of the partnership firm, creator can sue you or not. बोलो. Creators of the firm are equal to creators of the partners also, because both are one and the same. Because partnership and partners both are one and the same. Creators of the company shall be creators of the company alone, but not the creators of the member, because company अलग होता है, member अलग होता है. But here creators of the LLP shall be creators of the LLP alone, but not the creators of the partners, because LLP अलग होता है, partner अलग होता है, because LLP is a person. Partnership is not a person. Company is a person. LLP is a person. Then next. In case of partnership, the main advantage is flexibility in the partnership deed. Flexibility in the कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं partnership deed में. Registration compulsory, optional, partnership optional. Yeah. There is no flexibility in case of company beta. It has a rigid rules and regulations because huge public money is involved. No. And in case of the LLP, it has a flexibility in LLP deed. Which deed? These features were taken from the partnership firm. These features were taken from the company, and it cannot enjoy the perpetual succession. Partners coming, it is affected. Partners leaving, it is affected. Partners deceased, it will be affected. Partner become insolvent, it is affected. I have a doubt. There are 3 partners are there: Inky, Pinky, Ponky, and associates. One fine day, Inky is retiring. Inky is retiring. Why firm is affected? What is the logic behind that? So what, we are ready to pay her capital, she will leave, she can leave. We are not insisting her to stay with us. Andada. the partnership will become void contract. Void because when firm is created, no, three consents was there. How many consents? Three consents. One consent is missing. One consent is then what is void contract? Starting valid, subsequently it becomes void. That paper become void because one of the consent is missing. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? If partner become insolvent, one of the partner become insolvent, firm will be dissolved. Why? Three people are competent. Three partners are there. Agreement was between three people. One person become incompetent to enter into contract. One person become incompetent. That's why the contract will become void contract from the date of insolvency, from the date of the death, from the date of the resignation. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? We should understand the logic also because law is logical. Law is but not magical. Law is but not magical. Ara? क्या आ रहा? So it cannot enjoy the perpetual existence. Partner आए तो गए तो भी firm will be affected, but company is not like that. It enjoys the perpetual existence because company अलग होता है, member अलग होता है. If you die, I will not die. No. आरा. It enjoys the perpetual existence because LLP अलग होता है, partner भी अलग होता है. It cannot enter into contract in its own name. It cannot enter into contract in its own name. Contracts are entered by joint names of all partners, frankly speaking, because firm is not a person. Firm is not a, but company is a person. It can enter into contract in its own name. It can enter into contract in its own name because firm LLP is a person. LLP is a. Next, it cannot hold the properties in its own name. For example, one firm is there, Sweetie, Cutie, Naughty and Associates. Sweetie, Cutie, Naughty and Associates. The firm is purchasing the land, car. The land is registered in firm name or not? Yes or no? आप लोग सीए फाउंडेशन पास हो गया ऑलरेडी मित्रों मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों. गुड नेम फरजा फैजा फैजा. One partnership firm is there. The firm Sweetie, Cutie, Naughty and Associates, three partners are there. They purchase the land. Land is registered in firm name or not because firm money belongs to firm only. Firm is the buyer and the seller. So firm, the land will be registered in the firm name. True or false? If it is true, why I will ask? Why it is false then? Then whose name it is registered? You said it is not registered in firm name. Then whose name it is registered? Joint names of all partners. Joint names of, but not in the firm name. But not in the, because as per Transfer of Immovable Property Act, which act? To purchase, to sell, you must be a person. You must be a, whether partnership is a natural person, whether it is artificial person, it is not a person at all in the eyes of law because Partnership Act never recognizes the firm as a person. Or क्या था? क्या को नहीं आता? So it cannot enter into it cannot hold the properties. Cannot hold the properties in its own name. The properties will be held in the name of the joint names of all partners. It can hold the properties in its own name because company is a person. Company is a, and LLP is a person. It can hold the properties in its own name. It is created by agreement. Created by between the partners, and partners can dissolve it. That's why, since it is formed by agreement, no beta. So one of the partners' consent is missing, the firm will be affected. This is what you have to understand in the real life when client is coming. When client come to your office, no beta, one of the partner decides why we are here, no, why the firm is affected. The client will ask, oh ऐसे रहते ला में, ऐसे बोल सकते हैं क्या? ऐसे नहीं बोलना बेटा. You should explain the logic to client because law is logical but not magical. Babu Ramachandra. Abhiramachandra, listening? It is created by law. Law alone can dissolve it. It is created by law. Law alone can dissolve it. It's suitable for the small people, suitable for the large organizations, suitable for the small and medium range of the people. LLP. Here, less compliances will be there, but low complying with laws and regulations. Here, heavy rules will be there, but heavy compliances. Here also low compliances because how many sections are there in the LLP? 81 only. There is a mutual agency among the partners. There is a, what is the meaning of mutual agency, Pallavi? I am your agent, you are my agent. Mutual means నాకు నువ్వు నీకు నేను, उसको बोलते हैं म्यूचुअल. मेरे के लिए आप, आपके लिए मैं, उसको बोलते हैं म्यूचुअल. I am your agent, you are my agent. If I am selling, I become agent, you become. If you are selling, you become, I become. इसको बोलते हैं म्यूचुअल एजेंसी. If you sell, I will be liable. If I sell, you will be liable. उसको बोलते हैं म्यूचुअल एजेंसी. Which agency? And there is no mutual agency among the members, because if one member does something, other member will not be liable, no beta. What about the LLP? सुनो बेटा, जो important but exam आने का chance है. There is no mutual agency among the partners. There is no mutual agency among them. However, there is a mutual agency between the LLP and partners. If LLP does, partner is liable. If partner does, LLP is liable. If it's a DP, if it's a designated partner, then but one partner does something, other partner will not be liable. But partnership, if one partner does something, other partner will be liable. In company, there is no concept at all. ये वाला इधर से भी लिया, इधर से भी लिया. And partners are free to make the rules, related to mutual rights and duties through partnership deed. Once ये एग्जाम में बड़े से फाउंडेशन में एग्जाम में आया. Once AOA is filed with the ROC, every member should be binding towards the contents of AOA. I have a doubt. What exactly will be there in the MOA? What exactly will be there in the AOA? Exactly in one line. Internal affairs. MOA contain the power of the company. What company can do, what company cannot do. AOA contain the powers of officers of the company. Powers of what watchman can do, what CEO can do, what director can do, what particular HR can do. Contain the powers and officers of the company. Clear? I have one more question for you people. Whether AOA is speaking with the employees or not. MOA speaks with outsiders, which will contain the power of the company. What I can do, what I can do, cannot do. My dear public, before entering into contact with me, this is what I am. Who said MOA? To whom? Outsiders. MOA contain the powers of the company, objectives of the company, what company can do, what company cannot do. AOA contain the powers and officers of the company or employees of the company. Whether AOA is made towards the employees, then management is employees only. Directors are employees. हो गया फाउंडेशन. सुनो बच्चों, सुनो, listen, very important beta. We can't fundamentals of the Companies Act. Without knowing all these things, it is very difficult. See, MOA contain, it is for outsiders. MOA is for outsiders. It contain the powers of the company. There is a famous case la, Bahadur Rana versus Kamani Brothers Private Limited Company बोल के, there was a famous case la. So there he will explain. AOA is for insiders. Insider means employees. Insider means employee. In my home, Sridhar, Srikant, Srinath, Sridhar wife, Srikant wife, Srinath wife, mummy, daddy, their children will be there. And in the same apartment, in the same building, one room is there, watchman room, who stays in our building itself. That watchman is an employee or member of the family? Employee. In the AOA, we will write what watchman should do, what watchman should not do. Yes sir, no sir. But AOA is speaking with watchmen or speaking with insiders. Insider means family. AOA is for members. AOA is for AOA. मेरा family AOA में क्या रहता है मालूम बेटा? What I should give to my father? Respect. What my father should give to me? Protection. What I should give to my brother? What my brother has to give to me? It contains three things. सुनो बच्चों, fundamental से बेटा. How company is liable to member? कंपनी मेंबर को क्या देना? How member is liable to company? How member is liable to company? How member is liable to another member? Inter se. Sir, just now you said it is for the, it will contain the powers and officers of the company. but you never write anything about the employees here. बोला बच्चों they are the owners of the company. These are the owners, shareholders. They are the employees of the company. Myself AOA. I am speaking with the owners. Hey owner, hey owner, hey shareholder, hey member. She is our HR. She is our cashier. She is our CEO. She is our director. What she should do, what she should not do. Who said? To whom? Member. Or member said to me. It will create the binding contract between the company and members and company, but not employees. वो बाहर वाले कौन है? Outsider. Yes sir. But we will discuss their rights also here. There was a famous case law. In that case law, this was happened. As per article, AOA always speaks with the owners, members with the AOA. We will discussing something in a paper. उसको बोलते हैं AOA. In one of the clauses there in the AOA, one of the regulation, as per the regulation of the articles of association of the company, employees of the company should not be removed except proved misconduct. What is it in the AOA, beta? Employees of the company should not be removed unless proved misconduct. Who said? To whom? Shareholders, owners, members. One fine day by removing the director. One director is a director name? Unnati. The director of the company. We removed her without proving misconduct. Then she filed a case on the company. As per article number 90 of the company. How can we remove me? Prove my misconduct and remove me. Can she challenge? No. I never said to you. I said to members. Members can file a case and never speak with you. I may talk about you, but I'm not speaking with you. I'm not talking with you. I'm not talking. I'm not interacting with you in the AOA. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? AOA is for insiders. Insiders means only owners. Only. वो सब्जेक्ट को समझना बेटा. AOA is for whom? AOA contain the powers of the officers, but it is not for officers. It is for the. मैं हूँ कंपनी, आप तो ओनर. मैं अलग होता है, आप भी अलग होता है. वो कौन है? एम्प्लॉय है. कौन है? वो बाहर वाले. Done. Where we are? Somewhere here. Yeah. Once AOA is filed with the ROC, every member, every employee, yeah, every member should be binding towards the contents of AOA, because AOA will bind between the company and member, but not the employees, but not the employee. Yes, we may discuss about you people, but we are not discussing with you. Or the partners are free to make the rules related to mutual rights and duties through LLP agreement. This feature we are taking from the LLP partnership. Partnership is not a artificial person, not a, but company is an artificial person. LLP is a, look beta, point number 9, I think. Creditors of the firm shall be the creditors of partners. Creditors of the firm shall be the creditors of partners also. Done. Next. Creditors of the company. Creditors of the company shall be the creditors of company alone. Sarji, written. Creditors of the company shall be creditors of company alone, but not the creditors of the members. But not the creditors of member. बोले बच्चों अंटारा अंटारा. There is a flexibility in partnership deed. There is a flexibility in partnership deed. LLP नहीं लिखा बेटा, लिखो. Sorry. Creditors of LLP shall be the creditors of LLP alone. Creditors of LLP. So you'll get the full picture about the LLP if you write these many points. We found nearly 20 points nearly. So creditors of LLP shall be the creditors of LLP alone, but not the creditors of partners of LLP. Next, there is a flexibility in partnership deed. There is no flexibility in the AOA. There is no flexibility in the AOA. LLP में लिखो बेटा. There is a flexibility in LLP deed. Which deed? वो पार्टनरशिप डीड नहीं बेटा, LLP डीड है बेटा. Next, partnership cannot enter into contracts in its own name. Cannot enter into contracts in its own name. Because it's not a person at all, it's a collection of the persons only. In CA Foundation, 3 words will be there: partner, firm name. Individually, partners; collectively, firm. Firm nothing but a group of partners only, but not a person, separate person. Then next, company can enter into this thing we have written a beta. This one, not this. We will write later. It cannot enter into contracts in its own name. It can enter into contracts in its own name. It can enter into contracts in its own name. LLP. It can enter into contracts in its own name. Ravi. Next, it cannot enjoy perpetual succession because partners and firm both are one and the same. It cannot enjoy perpetual succession because partners and firm both are one and the same. It can enjoy perpetual succession because company is separate from member. Next, it can enjoy perpetual succession. It can enjoy perpetual succession. Done. ये हो गया ना बेटा. This one completed, right? Next, it cannot hold the properties in its own name. It cannot hold the properties in its own name because partnership is not a person. It can hold the properties in its own name. It can hold the properties in its own name because company is a person. Mode of partners are liable because there's no concept of the person like a partnership firm. If companies, for example, beta, you're filing a case in the company, you're filing a case in the partnership firm. Here, company is a person. Company will pay out of company's money. Company is a like person, but partnership is beta. So if partnership face any fine, no, but nothing but the partner's money only. Then after the class, you can ask. I'm unable to understand your doubt. Okay, na? You can remember the doubt. You can write somewhere. It cannot hold the properties in its own name. ये हो गया ना? This one completed बेटा. Next, partnership. It is created by agreement between the partners. Created by agreement between the partners. It is created by agreement between the partners, and partners can dissolve it. Who can dissolve it, beta? Partners. Next, it is created by law. Law alone can dissolve it. That's why we have a famous question in CA foundation. So one company is there, 5 members are there in the company, all are going by trip, accident ho gaya, everyone deceased. Company affected? No, because all person hai beta. Yeah. It is created by law. Law alone can dissolve. Members cannot dissolve just like that. You have to go to court of law. Created by law. Law alone can dissolve the company. Done? Bolo bachcho. This one also from here. Created by law. Law alone can dissolve it. Next. LLP. Suitable for the small organizations. Suitable for the large organizations. Suitable for the small and medium organizations. Small organizations, large organizations, small and medium organizations. Done, beta? Low compliances of laws and regulations. Low compliances. Compliance means following. Low compliances of rules and regulations are laws and rules. Here heavy compliances will be there, beta. And here low compliances again. And this point is important, but next point. Clear? Written? Pallavi? There is a mutual agency among the partners. There is no mutual agency among the members. There is no mutual agency among the members. Here, ऐसे वाले एग्जाम में 2 मार्क्स के लिए आने का चांस है बेटा. There is no mutual agency among the partners. If one partner does something, other partner is liable. But there is a mutual agency between the LLP and partners. There is a mutual agency between the LLP and partners. Easy chapter, easy topic, around 8 marks. This one is not required, already we have written flexibility. This one also not required. Next, we have written better, those last 2 points already we have written. Yeah, सुनो बच्चों, next point. Partnership is controlled by partners. Company is controlled by directors who may not be owner. Here it is important beta, it is controlled by the DPs, designated partner. Which partner? A new concept beta. If partnership act is silent, which act is applicable? Contract act is applicable. Which act? Frankly speaking, once upon a time, sales of goods sector and partnership act is partner parcel of the contract act itself. Whenever companies act is silent, which act is applicable? SEBI will be applicable. Regarding the rules and etc. Issue of the shares, bonus shares, right shares, whatever it may be. And whenever the LLP act is silent, companies act will be applicable. Which act? Then if partnership act is silent, contract act. If companies act is silent, SEBI. If LLP is silent, companies act will be applicable. Which act? it need to file the statement of, so it need not file, sorry, it need not file the statement of solvency with the ROF, register of the forms. Every year we need to declare I am a solvent, मेरा पास पैसा है, my assets are more than my liabilities, I need not declare every year. In case of partnership firm, in case of company also, it need not file statement of solvency with ROC every year, but it need to file statement of solvency with ROC every year. They have to inform to ROC every year, I am solvent, I am strong, I have more money, अब टेंशन होने का नहीं, I am not going to die soon. Who has to inform? LLP. To whom? ROC. Or OF ROC, yeah. Auditing is not compulsory. Auditing is not compulsory. Sorry, auditing is mandatory. Auditing is compulsory subject to some conditions. What are the conditions? Discuss करेंगे बेटा. Then limits, turnover limits will be there. So those limits are crossing. We have discussed yesterday in the auditing. Audit of LLP. Yes or no? Auditing is compulsory if and only if threshold limits are crossing. Done. We discussed yesterday, right? That's what I'm Next, partners need not obtain the any ID number from ROF. Identity number from the ROF. Register the forms. Directors has to obtain the DIN number. Which number? DIN number. What is DIN number? And DP has to obtain the DPIN, designated partner identification number, from the central government. Designated partner identification number from the central government, that is MCA. Here is no schedules. Here 4 schedules are there, beta. How many schedules? Here how many schedules are there, beta? 7 schedules. How many schedules? What schedule does? They explain the act. Explain the schedule 3. P&L balance sheet. Section 129 explain karte. Yes sir, no sir. Schedule 2. Depreciation. Schedule 1. MOAY. It explains section 4. Then so registration. Well, optional. Registration. If registration, then only it will become a person. Registration, then only it will become the person. How many points come till now? How many points you have written? 17. Yeah. Next, look beta. It is controlled by or managed by partners. Last 4-5 points. 23 points hai beta. Nearly. Leave some space after this also. You can get extra points also in the future if you find any points. आप लिख सकते बाद में. It is controlled by partners. It is controlled by directors. It is controlled by DPs. A controller managed. Time भी हो गया. Rehan is waiting for that. Next, if partnership act is silent, contract act is applicable. If companies act is silent, SEBI will be applicable. If LLP is silent, companies act is applicable. Done. Next, it need not file statement of solvency with the ROF partnership. It need not file statement of solvency with ROC. It need to file statement of solvency with ROC. Statement of solvency. I am solvent. एक एग्जाम लास्ट अटेम्प्ट में ये पैराग्राफ आया बेटा, एमसीक्यूज में पैराग्राफ आता ना, पेज में पैरा विल मेक द क्वेश्चंस राइट, तो लाइक दैट एलएलपी में भी आया लास्ट अटेम्प्ट. नेक्स्ट, ऑडिटिंग इज नॉट कंपलसरी. Auditing is compulsory. Auditing is compulsory subject to some exceptions. Not applicable. 100% applicable company को. ये LLP में applicable subject to some restrictions conditions. Done. Partner need not obtain any identity number. Partner need not obtain any ID number from ROF or central government. Director has to obtain DIN number from central government. Designated partner need to obtain the DPIN, designated partner identification number, from the CG. CG means MCA. Four schedules, 7 schedules along with the act. Registration optional, registration compulsory, registration compulsory. पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरा दोस्त. Section 1. So story will begins from tomorrow. SNO sir. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. AZ signing off. Take care. Remaining part will see in the next class.